doesn't wish that sometimes stuff was just a little bit cheaper, especially when it comes to premium appliances, and especially when you run a YouTube channel where you buy most of the things you review. This is the story of how, trying to save a bit of money, I bought a refurbished soup maker from Ninja and how things didn't exactly go to plan. So Shark Ninja has an outlet store on eBay. It's selling products direct with no third party involved. And over the last 8 years, they've sold a quite mind-blowing 122,000 items. That's well over 1,000 items a month, and you can buy pretty much anything from their range refurbished at up to 50% off the normal price. The items they sell are generally things that have been sent back to Ninja by customers within their 30-day returns window. Ninja then check them over, repackage them, often in a plain box, and sell them again with a 1-year warranty. Sometimes they have small cosmetic imperfections, but it will tell you that on the listing before you purchase. The feedback on the Ninja eBay store is pretty good, 98.5% positive. But remember, we're talking high sales numbers here, and that still means that 1.5% of people, or 250 people in the last 12 months, have given them negative feedback. And if you dig a little deeper, there's nearly as many neutral feedback comments as negative. And it's generally people complaining about things arriving dirty, broken, or in a very obviously used condition. But you've got the eBay money-back guarantee, the Ninja 1-year warranty, and potentially, depending on how you pay, PayPal protection and credit card cover. So in theory, not a lot can go wrong, right? I decided, in the interest of research, to give the outlet store a go, and I purchased a Ninja soup maker and blender, which was for sale for $99.99. That's £50 cheaper than on Amazon. It arrived 24 hours later in a plain brown box, and at first everything looked pretty good. I had the original instruction booklet, the item was clean, all the parts were there was no obvious wear or damage, and none of those cosmetic imperfections. And then I started using it. I was about 3 days in when I realised that everything wasn't quite right. The lid on the soup maker is secured to the jug in 2 places. At the front, where you slide it into a locking position, but also at the back, where the lid should fit under a glass lip on the jug, except that mine didn't. The more I used it, the more obvious the problem became, particularly when heat or bubbling of liquid would kind of force the rubber-sealed lid upwards because there was nothing holding it at the back. I particularly noticed it when I was doing a washing cycle, when the jug was full up to the maximum line with liquid, and I actually thought it might pop off entirely midway through the cycle. Now, of course, I thought it was me. I thought I was doing something wrong, putting the lid on the jug wrong somehow. But when I looked at it closer, there was an obvious line between the top and the bottom of the lid, where the 2 were out of alignment. So I tried pushing them together. They came closer, but almost immediately popped apart again. And whatever I did, I could not get the lid to tuck under the glass lip of the jar. So at this point, I'm thinking my brilliant bargain is more like an epic fail, particularly because it came from eBay and I thought I was going to have to go through an extra level of complication trying to communicate to Ninja. So I decided to try Ninja customer service direct. I emailed them through the website and sent some photos to try and explain the problem. It was Saturday, so I didn't expect to hear back till Monday, but almost immediately I had a reply asking me to call them. And then I'm thinking, I'm going to have to try and explain this on the phone without the aid of pictures, and that's going to be quite difficult. On a Saturday, Ninja's helplines are open 9 a.m. to 7 p.m, so I decided to leave it till later in the afternoon when I had more time to call them up. I called up, got through all the usual options on the phone, and spoke to a real person in about 3 minutes. And then they have a very cool way of solving the problem of trying to explain what's wrong. They text you a link that then allows you to stream the camera of your phone direct to their help desk. so you can show them the problem live whilst you're on the phone. I've never come across this technology before, and it's amazing and gets straight to the heart of the problem. The customer service guy immediately told me I needed a new lid. He didn't make me show any proof of purchase or quiz me on how long I had owned the item. He just straight away said that he would dispatch a replacement. He even registered my guarantee whilst I was on the phone. It turns out the jug and the lid are actually one spare part together, so he had to dispatch both as one. The right price for these, if I was to buy them as spare parts, is £60. I had the tracking information for the parcel within hours, and it turned up on Monday afternoon, less than 1 working day after I had spoken to the guy. So do I think I was stitched up by Ninja with a dodgy product? No, but I think that Ninja were probably stitched up by the person who returned it to them. Having seen the replacement, I suspect that the original was dropped, and that's how it ended up misaligned, like that wouldn't pop back together. So Ninja are supposed to check them over before they sell them, but this one somehow slipped through the system. Maybe they don't have a lot of time to look at them. Maybe they are literally checking that the power works and that they can sell them on. I think it's probably quite easy to miss the fault that I had, but I am impressed with the speed that they dealt with the replacement part and the fact that they took my word for it about when and where I had bought it and didn't make me jump through a load of hoops. So should you consider buying from the Shark Ninja outlet store? Well, here's a couple of things to consider. In theory, you have a shorter guarantee by buying refurbished, but the 2-year guarantee that Ninja offer on new items is only active if you register your item within 28 days of buying it. So I'm guessing that a lot of people end up with only a 1-year warranty even when they buy new. I would say refurbished is definitely a good option if you were considering second-hand anyway, because at least you get some comeback. But if you want to buy new and can be patient and wait, it might be worth keeping your eye out for deals. The cheapest price that the Ninja suit maker has sold new on Amazon, if you check the history, is actually £2 cheaper than the refurbished price that I paid. So I now have a fully functioning Ninja suit maker, which I've been using quite a lot over the last couple of weeks. If you'd like to see my review of it, then it will be dropping next week. So make sure you hit the subscribe and the notifications to make sure you don't miss out. Unless, of course, you're already watching this after next week has happened, in which case, by the amazing power of technology, it'll be popping up on the screen right now. Thanks for watching.